name up in my songs. Might not fuck with you tomorrow. Can get my feelings hurt today. I won't get
This job, let me find out. As you, they told me about you yesterday.
Okay, y'all, so welcome back. So today we have Durell from season 1 and season 2 of Bad Boys. So today we're just going to be going over and reviewing what this live is about. If you're here early, thank you for buying the membership. Yeah, so Durell was just talking about, he was on live vibing with his followers and etc. And he basically was saying, because I had to cut a lot of parts of the live out because I had a whole bunch of music and stuff. Maybe, well, not maybe, I am going to. So I do gotta remember to do that. I should actually do that tonight. I gotta make Facebook like a true reality TV Facebook. And I'm gonna see how long of a video I can add on there, because I know I've seen people do like movies and stuff, and I'm gonna start giving y'all like the unedited stuff on Facebook, I guess, and I'm gonna link it over here. So, you know, coincide with each other. Definitely make sure y'all follow over there on Facebook when they do get announced. But yeah, so hold on, let me like do. So yeah, they was basically asking Durell questions. He was basically saying like, outside of Bad Boys, it don't really do nothing else for him. And that be my whole thing too. Like, my whole thing is, if I'm attached to something, I wanted it to be able to open up more like money doors and etc. Me be able to do something. And the fact that he said outside of the show, like he's not really benefiting him, I totally feel that. Like, there's so many really other avenues and stuff you can go into, and that's another thing too. Like, depending on what show you do, like for instance, everybody that do baddies, the benefit is they're going to get some type of, following or etc. Or at least some support of somebody buying something. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just seen them to support the girls' music and all of that. So, for some girls, they're going to show out. But in other instances, like them temporary fans, that shit, like that stuff be annoying though. I'm not even gonna hold you. That'd be annoying because I've went through that, and I've went all the way through them. And you know what I'm saying. I remember the times when, this just overall, this is no attacking anybody, but I remember it's a couple of times I done went on a couple of people's lives when they was on shows and the viewing was through the roof. But then when they weren't on shows, it was like, you get what I'm saying? And it's not just, some people think like, and I done heard some fans say, oh, you know, that talk about people view counts and et cetera, but that goes for like a lot of different TV like networks and channels and etc. Like, I'm not gonna say everybody has their die down period, because sadly we got some people that's really fake and that slip through the cracks and etc. But it's that's why the analytics thing is so important, especially when you're doing like YouTube and etc. Because everything, if you really look at it and analyze it and talk to people about it, you'll really see like a lot of stuff coincide. That's why it's like, even when you do TV, certain shows you pick to do, like you got to make sure that's gonna bring something back, or gonna bring, like that your time that you invest in is worth it. And then on top of that, Durell said, he wants to, he left Zeus to kind of get away from that Stigma and, the show and all that. And honestly, I get it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, true reality TV, well, when it was Reality Chop, that was really my outlet, because y'all know the whole story and everything. So it's just one of the things, like sometimes after that, because you give these people your name to use, sometimes after that you have to rebrand yourself, because your name be completely demolished. That's how I feel about my name. Like, I do not post on none of my other social medias and none of that no more, because the name is done. Like, I feel like any potential I could have did with that name is possibly messed up. So, it'd be like interesting to hear other stars talk about that. But yeah, that's a lot. But that's what he was talking about. He was just talking to the live and stuff. And it's whoa, that give me the chills sometimes just talking about that. Like it's so I always say reality TV is like a vortex. It's like a spell when it's in. But anyway, here goes the Rose Love.
We watched the movie. Date went well. It was okay. It was whatever. It was like whatever. It was whatever. It was boring. Like you said, it was boring. So we watched the movie. We go on, whatever. We decided to go on another date. But this time I was hungry. And if you don't know me, I'm going to eat. And ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm going to eat. No questions about it. I'm going to get my food. I'm going to have my food. I'm going to eat. So we go out and it was this woman sitting on side of us. Thank you for the heart meme. There was a woman sitting on side of us and she moved. So we sat there because she moved. She had a plate of wings that she didn't want. I don't know if she finished them. I don't know, whatever. But long story short, I asked him, did he want to eat? He said he was short on funds. He said no. He said he just wanted to spend some quality time with me. Since I had been busy, I made the announcement that I won't be on Zeus. Then I got signed to the agency and blah, 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 blah. So he wanted to see Big Mama Dama, the dog icon, that being me. So whatever, we hang out. Do you know that he took one of the wings that the woman didn't touch off her plate when she left? So I was so mad. How could I describe it without being mean? Because I be trying not to be mean. I was so mad where it's like, I do call people broke and all that. But that was just like the poorest thing that I've ever imagined in my life. So he was hungry. They don't have nothing to do with me, baby. If he was that hungry, but the thing is, if he was that hungry, I said, do you want anything? I asked, did he want anything? I didn't ask, he said he was short on funds. I'm assuming because I asked him, was he ordering food or something? You know what? It was probably the way I asked him, because I asked him, we're not making excuses for him. But what I'm saying is, I think it was just the way I asked him. I think he probably thought I wasn't going to pay for it. But I had kind of like told him, like, let's go to the place and eat. So it's too much going on. People are getting sick. People getting bugs and all that kind of stuff. That's why I don't go out no more, because people are getting sick. I had got so sick one time, yo. I don't think my toilet ever experienced anything like that, because you feel like you have a bad sinus infection, and then after the sinus infection, you feel like you just had bad diarrhea. I had that for like 2 days, and then after that, you had a fever, and then you knew it was over because you was sweating so bad at night. You had a horrible night sweats. I had got that, and I was like, oh my God. So nevertheless, I asked him. I said, where the fuck you got that wing from? He said, oh, it was like that. I said, ain't that? So he was like, and then he got mad and told me, he was like, oh, you must not have had siblings growing up. First of all, bitch, that wasn't your sibling. That was somebody that you don't even know. She could have had oral or herpes. She could have had anything. You don't just eat, that's a stranger. You don't know where they mouth been. You don't know what people, they got people in this world that eat ass. Not eat ass, excuse me. Sorry. It got people in this world that eat shit. It got people in this world that's into getting shitted on and eating shit. So you don't do that. So after that, so first of all, that had blew me off the trigger. Because first of all, bitch, don't ever try to play in my face like when I'm telling you it's wrong. Don't ever try to gaslight me. That was a red flag too, because you gaslight me whenever you're absolutely wrong. Because first of all, you don't know her. Now I can say if it was like your sister or if it was like my friend. And when I say friend, I mean my friend. I mean my friend who has my address, who has my phone number, who knows my granny, stuff like that, like a good friend. Now if you're a good friend and you say, oh bitch, let me get a wing off your plate, that is completely different. That's completely fine. But whenever you are who that I don't know and you do that, that's crazy. That's first of all, that's disgusting. And it just shows that you are thrifty. That means you are old, you are tired, and you thrifty. So no. So back to the story. So I'm like, you really just ate that off her plate, blah, blah, blah. He was like, you act like you ain't never had siblings before. And I was like, first of all, that's not your fucking sibling. That's somebody that you don't even know. You don't know her. So you can't be like, oh, that's your sibling, because you don't know her. So after that, I'm just sitting there, but then he kept egging it on. And I'm like, dude, this boy, like, I was like, but that's when I knew like things about me have changed, because the old me would have literally just slapped the shit out of him. Why I'm running from, child, I ain't running from nobody. What? Blocked? How I'm running from somebody who know where I live? The fuck? Blocked? What? Anyways, I need to stop capping and they rapping, especially whenever I call bitches phones and they don't answer. Nevertheless, I'm like, oh. So after that, I'm just like, I'm not gonna try to be too disrespectful, because I know if I keep going, it's gonna escalate, because my mouth is horrible. Everybody know that. My mouth is like one of the worst places in the world. So he was just like, that's weird, like, you know, and all that. So I'm like, whatever. We fried, and walk in the window, hold on, you know. I head over there with the we frying shit. So yeah. So after that, it was like, oh, you must not have siblings and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hold up. Slow down. So I'm like, no. Hold up, y'all. Y'all, hold up. All right, so let's get back to the story. So then on top of that, so now he's like to the point where he's gaslighting me, and he was like, oh, well, you act like you don't have siblings and blah blah blah. And it's not the point that I don't have siblings. First of all, I never did share my food. We didn't have to share no food for real. I didn't start sharing food with friends until I got to college, and we'd be like in clubs or something, and one person would have wings, and they'd be like, oh, give me a piece, or give me a piece. It never gave. I would just eat off of a stranger's plate. So now I jump in. It's time for me to go. Like, I got my check. I bounce. I'm not staying around that. I'm really big. I'm not staying around that. So I got my check. Bitch, I bounce. So I'm like, this is too much. And so now it's to the point where we walking outside, and he was like genuinely upset with me. Like, oh, like, you sitting up here making it like, oh, you judging me because of all of that kind of stuff and all of that. First of all, I asked you, like I said, did he want something to eat? I asked him, did he? But you know what it is too? It's another thing we're gonna go down that rabbit hole in a few. But it was one thing if he would have told me to come. I was like, hey, you wanna come with me to the thing? And typically where I'm from and how we do it with me and my friends and my people, if you be like, oh, you know, come out with me, 9 out of 10, the person who invited you, they're gonna pay. They're the ones that's footing the bill. I've never been somewhere with somebody and they be like, oh, come with me to X, Y, and Z, and when you get there, they don't pay. Most of the time, whenever you're invited places, with the way the people that I know and the people that I deal with, if they invite you somewhere, they're gonna pay for it. They're not gonna sit up there and all that. So if I'm telling you like, oh, come out with me to X, Y, and Z, that must mean I'ma pay for it, right? Or do y'all not do it that way? Do y'all not do it that way? Let me know something, because where I'm from and how we do it, if I tell you come out with me somewhere, we gonna pay for it. If you're invited somewhere, you're told that you're gonna pay for it. So I don't get it. I just don't get the gist because I don't know. It's maybe the way bitches do it, but the way I do it, we don't do it like that. If I tell you come out with me, like let's say I'll be like, who in here? Patrice Marshall. If I tell Patrice, I'll be like, Patrice, girl, get up and put some clothes on and come out with me and come get some wings and a drink. 9 out of 10, I'm gonna be the one that pay for the wings and the drinks. Because I told you to come. That's just how it is. That's just, I don't know, that's just how I was raised. Me and my friends, if I tell you come out and I'ma pay for it. That's just always what it gave. So I don't know. So yeah. We were aggravated. Well, you got me saying we out loud. I was aggravated for the most part. Yeah, I was good at. Damn, how did it burn it? Why is it must be too high. If I tell you come out with me, I'm putting the bill. Because I invited you. Nobody invite people and then don't put the bill. And if you do, you ass backwards. So no, he got mad, and so then he was kind of like, that's why he told me, because he did tell me like he couldn't date an influencer because I live a different life from them and all of that. But it's like that don't have nothing to do with it. Like saying something like that is so crazy to me because one, I don't care. Like even when I was selling cars and stuff, and I was still making. First of all, I was making a decent amount of money for myself prior to. So it's not like. Just because I was selling cars and all that, regular people not eating no motherfucking, people who not getting deals and being on TV shows and all that kind of stuff, they not eating strangers' foods off the motherfucking plate. I was like, do you not forget that I was like a regular person who used to work at a hotel and was making $9.75 an hour? I wasn't eating people fucking food on no motherfucking hotel. So then he was I was just to the point where I was over because one, I felt like he was trying to gaslight me. Like, I genuinely just felt like, oh, he's just trying to gaslight me at this point. Because what's the point in telling me, like, I'm not an influencer and all of that, and I don't, but it's just like, child, that's why I don't date people. That's my main thing, because it's like, these gays, it's hard, especially me, because I don't know how old some of you bitches are, but I'm 27. It's so hard to find somebody who just got something going for themselves. Like, and I'm not telling you gotta be like me, because like I tell people, I don't have my shit together all the time. It's some months where I only make enough just to pay my bills and have enough money to have a little laying here. And then there's some months where I could go ball out at Louis Vuitton. It's an up and down thing, but as long as you have stability for yourself, that's what matters. That's what matters. And what the thing is, it's like, I don't know, child. I don't know. I don't know. Because I've just never been that low. And I've never been around people that low where they had to eat strangers and then a fucking stranger. Hi, sassy baby. Sassy, let me catch you up. Y'all Sassy, y'all say hi to Sassy. That's one of my top contributors. Anytime I battle, she's always supporting me. So y'all drop a heart for Sassy. Y'all show some love to Sassy. Be nice to Sassy. Drop the heart, not the like, not the... Y'all show some love to Sassy. Y'all please do that for me. If y'all don't do anything, show some love to Sassy, because if it wasn't for Sassy, I would not be here on TikTok Live or anything else. And it's like 1 or 2 other people, but Sassy's always showing me love. So y'all show some love to Sassy and all of that. But Sassy, let me catch you up on the story. So basically, we talk about me going on a date and this guy I brought on a date. Well, it technically wasn't even a date, but we had hung out and he had whenever we went out, he basically, long story short, he ate food off of a complete stranger's plate whenever they left. So that's what we talk about. But back to the story. So basically, trying to say that I'm an influencer and I don't this, that, and the fourth, that's like a form of manipulation. And that's a form of gaslight, because what does me being an influencer have to do with anything? Because let me ask y'all, do y'all eat off a random people's plate? Do y'all eat off a stranger's plate? There's 50 people in here. Do 50 of y'all motherfuckers eat off a stranger's plates? Do y'all just see a random plate and ooh, shrimp? Do y'all do that? Oh, as I thought. So that's the thing. So that's why when I was saying, it aggravated me and I feel like I was being gaslit, because what does me being an influencer have to do with anything? The thing is, no, you're thrifty and you just wanted to do that. That's what it is. He's thrifty and just wanted to do that. Thank you, DJ Badass. All right, I'm back. So instead of him, like, the thing is, even an apology wouldn't work, because that's just disgusting. Granted, I know we all have our low points, and I know we all been in bad situations, but because we're all human, we're all adults, and that's a part of life. But ain't no way, excuse me, ain't no way in hell I didn't sit up there and ate off of somebody's plate. Ain't no way in hell I didn't ever sit up there and thought about munching on a stranger's plate. Now, I didn't been with my granny. Excuse me. I done been with my granny, or my sister, or my nephew, or my friend. They be like, oh, give me shit. Talk about this. See what happened when you talk about a nigga? See what happened when you start talking about niggas? You get the joking. Oh. You get talking about niggas and get the choking. A sad ass niggas. Oh. Anyways, child. Fuck. But we done all been at our lows at one point in time. But I'm sorry, I ain't never been that fucking low. I may have made leftover stretch for a few days. Or I done cut back on shopping habits. Or I cut back on subscriptions. You know, the normal adult shit. What about Dusties? I don't know about Dusties. What is that? I ain't never been a cold day here. I ain't never been at no bar and just took a stranger's meal. That's crazy. So after that, he had sent me like a long text talking about, that's why I don't deal with FAGGOTSs. because they always think they're better than people and all that kind of stuff. A whole bunch of shit. And I just never responded because it's like, I'm the kind of person where I done learned in therapy not to respond to a lot. Because most of the time the people that's going the hardest, I learned in therapy not to respond to a lot because most of the time the people that's going the hardest tend to have the least. I'm not going back and forth with no hope who, like, whatever. So it just didn't make no sense for me to respond because what am I going to get out of responding to a bitch who literally stole off of a stranger's plate? We went out on a date and he stole from a stranger's plate. How low can you go? He would be, if it was a game of life limbo, he would be literally the reigning champ. He would be the reigning champ of life limbo, because that's low. If we was playing a game of life limbo, he would be the champ. Thank you. So yeah. And it was crazy. You want to hear something even crazy? I feel like it'd be the ones that's so cute that be the dustiest. It'd be the ones that be the cutest, that be the dustiest. Cause I see a lot of things in my days. I would never thought I would have seen that. I just seen a video. This boy, handsome boy, laid over with a girl, had on ethical underwear, doodle stand. Like, how nasty, how dirty do y'all really be for real? Y'all watch this. This whole keep trying to add me. Watch this. Thank you, Brew. Ethica, I think aren't Ethica workout undies? I don't own Ethica. I've never owned a pair of Ethicas. In ethical workout underwear, compression shorts. These niggas not going nowhere. Why is they wearing compression shorts? Are you not gonna get no money? And I don't like underwear. $10 years of what? What you been saying? You been wearing the same underwear for 10 years? Would you watch the Met Gala? I only see Nicki Minaj. I don't watch those kind of things. I just be on Twitter and look at the pictures. I'm great. How are you? This time, won't you save me? Few more minutes. Girlfriend. Sorry. Thank you. Yo, let's get to 20,000 likes. This song been in my head all day. I'm about to play it. If you know this song, I need y'all to dance. If you know this song, dance. I'd be lying if I said, yeah, I would be lying if I say that I'm a miss being on Zeus. I do not miss the fans that come from it because you don't really make no money outside the show. And that's the whole point of it. Me going on TV wasn't to entertain fans. I'm not, yeah, that's a cute plus, but my thing is to make money. And make money from other things. So entertaining y'all was not on my bingo card. My bingo card was me making money, and it kind of nibbled on my ass a little bit. So no, I don't miss it. And then I don't miss the type of fans I got. Most of the fans are kind of like more on the ghetto side. I didn't step away from Zeus for real because of, it was two reasons. I stepped away from Zeus so I could do more things and get that negative name, that negativity detached from my name. But if Zeus fans and stuff was paying that well, if Zeus fans was supporting everything, I wouldn't have stepped away. I would have just rolled with it. Like how Jocelyn is Jocelyn and she got a lot of stuff attached to her name, but she has a whole bunch of supporters. I would have just been like another Jocelyn. So always coming to me like, oh, you need your own show for what? I don't fuck with y'all like that for real. Y'all pop in my live, y'all ask me stupid, messy questions, and then it's the people that knew me before the show, or it's just that one out the bunch who supporting all that. Y'all don't be doing all that. Are you cool with Santana? Yeah. We be on live and stuff time to time together. But if anybody like I'm really, really cool with, it's Mitch. Do you ever do big battles? I do big battles. But child, telling me about a show, or telling me about something when you hoes wasn't really buying and supporting nothing anyways, that'd be the least of my, that'd be the last thing I want to hear. That'd be the absolute last thing I want to hear. I wanna give you one last option. See, that's why I'm gonna lie, because I be going crazy and stuff, and y'all probably just think I am psychopathic. Hi, how are you? Y'all probably just think I'm a crazy person. Like, what? Like, what's my sign? Go look on my page. Go look on my page. I make videos about it all the time. Just ADHD, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. It's a lot of people who have ADHD, but it's a, you know what I realized too? Within the black community, there are so many autistic people. It's kind of scary. It's increasing. I think it's the vaccines and stuff, because my grandma didn't have to get all these vaccines and stuff that we be having to get. She may be loony and don't care what come out her mouth, but she's not autistic. My grandma, you may not be able to talk to my grandma. My grandma is somebody that when people meet her, I be like, y'all forgive her. Because sometimes my grandma would say, like, my grandma's a very bold woman. Most babies are starting to have it. Autism?